Good morning, Raptor Freaks. Lexi Outs here, and it's a Monday moment, a Monday morning, and we're doing a Monday moment memory, and it's also Sam Mitchell's birthday. So we're celebrating Sam Mitchell's birthday today, and also recognizing him as the first Coach of the Year ever in the Toronto Raptors history. I'm wearing an Atlantic Division claim shirt, which is apropos to Sam Mitchell and his tenure as the coach of the Raptors, because the first time we ever won the Atlantic Division, Sam Mitchell was our coach. In fact, that's part of the reason why he won the Coach of the Year, is because he took us to the top of the Atlantic Division, the competitive Atlantic Division, although it wasn't as competitive for a while in the middle there. And, they took notice. They said, wow, this Raptors coach really turned this team around with Chris Bosh and them. And we need to recognize him. So Sam Mitchell became the first of 3 coaches of the year in Raptors history. And I'm kind of proud of that, honestly. I remember at the time I was very proud when Sam Mitchell won Coach of the Year, because it was like another milestone for the young Raptors franchise. It was another symbol that we're starting to get better and better. And, in some ways that was awesome. So, yeah, happy birthday to Sam. Yeah, he's a controversial guy in some ways. He's from Columbus, Georgia, which is a neck in the woods around Tallahassee, Florida. So I have one of my best friends down in Florida is from Columbus, and I know quite a bit about that area in Georgia, the southwestern part of Georgia. It's a very interesting part of Georgia. It's kind of where the Duke boys would have lived. And the Duke boys is right around where Dukes of Hazzard happened in real life, if it was happening in real life. It was right there around where Sam's from. But yeah, you know what? Listen, he's a controversial guy in Raptors history because of some of the stories we've heard about his coaching style, because of his turncoatness on broadcasts at times. But in some ways, we got to celebrate Sam as a part of our history also. And I've been very hard on him, definitely, on this channel. I have really so much. In some ways, I've tried to tell TSN to get rid of him because of some of the things that he says, and just he's infuriating sometimes. But at the same time, also, once again, he is our first ever Coach of the Year. He's a part of our history. So in some ways, we gotta celebrate him also. I mean, in the way I may celebrate Sam Mitchell today may be similar to how I celebrate Vince Carter later this year. It's just like, all right, yeah, let's celebrate. All right. Trevor's here first. Let's look at what the Commissioner of Fun, Trevor J, has to say today. So great with what he does for this channel. Trevor's just he's got so much stuff behind the scenes going on. I'm telling y'all, for this channel, that you guys will be shocked, and you'll be very, very pleasantly surprised some of the things Trevor does to help me out with this channel. I appreciate you, Trevor, so much. Good morning, family. Dirty water doesn't stop plants from growing, so don't let negative words stop your progress. I love that. I love that. Yeah, I was actually watching some YouTube channels yesterday about homesteading and how people hook up their water systems in their house from like their shower and their laundry, and they let that water be reused coming out into the yard and feeding the plants. And this is exactly what Trevor's saying in real terms, that your dirty bath water, your dirty laundry water, well, it's still good to the plants and it still grow. And this is for real. But I know what Trevor's saying in real life too, is listen, don't let the naysayers and the negative ninnies take you down, and just realize that you can grow through that. That's part of the growing process. The dirty water and the nice, pure, clean water feeding you also. So there you go. But yeah, you could really use that water, reuse it again. And man, you could actually, that's the best thing when you multi-purpose stuff. When you get a lot of use out of it, it's better than waste. Some people are wasting water, just running it down the tap, not doing anything. Why are you running the water in the sink, Johnny? I don't know. I forgot to turn it off. Well, what the hell is wrong with you? Let's turn this water off. It goes on the water bill, son. And, some people will be getting that water and they'll be using it and wash their body, and then they catch it and it goes out in the yard and it feeds their plants too. So, yeah, it's pretty good. Trevor's saying that I don't really care for Sam Mitchell. He always stabs the Raptors in the back. This is why we have a love-hate relationship with Sam Mitchell, is because he has two personas. In some ways, he's a Harvey Dent, a Two-Face. Yeah, a Batman reference I just made. Yeah, in some ways, he's a certain kind of media personality up here on this side of the border when he's on TSN and talking to the Canadian audience. And then when he's on the States on NBA TV and he's speaking primarily to the American audience, yeah, he kind of changes his tune. In some ways, we've heard Sam Mitchell propagate the storyline that Canada is very cold, and in some ways, why would people want to go there and stuff like that? Well, you went here, Sam. You had a good time. You were very successful here. In fact, you had the most success in your coaching career ever here in Toronto. You're coach of the year here, man. Come on, man. Why do you want to tell people down there it's too cold up here? Why do you want to tell people up here, oh, it's Canada, though? Seriously, man, you're above that. You came up here. You spent time here. The other thing I don't like about what he says down south is he's very negative about the Raptors down there. Like, and I get it. Maybe he's just a tough dad kind of coach. He's like, you guys aren't good enough. I got to get y'all whipped into shape. And he's kind of trying to tell them, tough love. It's like, Raptors, you need to do better in this way, and this way, and this way. It is kind of his energy that he comes with the coach's energy of criticism. And that when he is talking about the Raptors on television, maybe it comes from a good place in his heart that he does want them to get better, but sometimes he's just cold and mean to them. He says stuff like, well, we'll just have to wait and see and hope that they get better or something like that. I'm like, oh my gosh, Sam Mitchell. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I get you on this, Trevor. I've heard Sam Mitchell stab the Raptors in the back, and I know you're exactly right. Cowboy saying, good morning, Lex and Raptor Freaks. Trevor J, keep preaching. Keep preaching. He loves that dirty water. Cowboy, I need to maybe hire you guys. I'm serious. Tomorrow or today, I might have to call Tada, 647-833-6844. I'm going to tell you why, too, Bradley, if you want. In the kitchen, in the house here, in some ways, we've got some issue that we need cleaned up. And I want to know if you're the right job, man, for the job, Tada. And I might need you to come on out to the place here and help us clean it up. So, Bradley, I might be calling you after this and asking you whether you're available, when you could possibly come and do a certain job for us here. My dad doesn't really want to do it, and I don't want to do it because it kind of involves heights, and I'm not a heights person. And it's basically a cleaning job. We need you to clean up an area in the kitchen, in the crawl space just above it. So it's a little bit of a weird job, and you can quote us and we'll figure it out. But we're going to call Tada, 647-833-6844. There you go. Real world implications of Tada. That's right. I'm going to call you, Bradley. I'm serious. I got to see what you can do to help me out with this. Trevor's saying Angel Reese, 405 most rebounds in a single season in WNBA history, 24 double-doubles, surpasses Sylvia Fowler, 404 in 2018. That's amazing. These rookies are outstanding. They have done exactly what they needed to do coming in. They brought the goods. This was no hype train of bullshit. These young ladies came in for real, and they did something. They changed this league. They did it just like Larry and Irvin did in the 80s for the NBA. They came in, they dominated, they did amazing stuff. That bounce pass that Caitlin Clark had in transition. Oh my gosh. And then her teammate did a really crazy flip over the back pass to the third person to lay it up. I was like, holy crap, the WNBA is badass. That is an amazing play. What the Indiana Fever did this weekend with that bounce pass, almost full court bounce pass by Caitlin Clark. She can't just shoot, she could pass too, apparently. And then that crazy flip over the shoulder pass to the third player for the Fever who laid it in. That was such a beautiful play. That is the bellissimo game. That is the beautiful game, WNBA. This is what we want more of on the NBA, is the sharing of the ball and the foresight to see where it's going. I love that stuff so much. I'm going to enjoy covering this WNBA Toronto team so much because the basketball is so beautiful in the WNBA. And Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, you have elevated this league this season. I thank you. I thank you. You are bringing the eyeballs, and the money to the league, and it's amazing. Angel Reese, fantastic accomplishment. I don't know how she did this. How did she break the record for most rebounds in a season in a rookie year? What is to come for that young lady? What is to come for Caitlin Clark and the amazingness that she is also? It's really, really fantastic. Trevor J said, good morning to Cowboy. Yeah, good morning to you, Bradley. I'm calling you. Ta-da. I'm going to have to call ta-da, guys. Dana's saying, good morning, everyone. Hope everyone has a great Labor Day weekend. Yeah, happy Labor Day. Beginning of September. It's cooling off. Yeah, this is the last long weekend of the summer. Yeah, get out there and do it while you can. It's the last day. Get out there and do it while you can. And hopefully we'll get a nice summery September still, just because it comes like this. I've noticed the last couple of years, September has been very good for weather. and very much an extension of the summertime. So, hey, let's just hope and pray for that some more. I'm all about that. Let's put off the colder weather coming. That's right. That's right. Good morning to you, Dana. Always good to see you. Monique is here, the super fan, Monique Lawrence. If y'all don't know who Monique Lawrence is, you should. I mean, seriously, if you're a Raptors fan, everybody should know who Monique Lawrence is, just like Nat Bhatia, because she is one of the biggest super fans in our fan nation. She is a beacon of light and positivity in our great, great, great fan nation. And she's going to the games all the time, bringing that energy. So familiarize yourself if you don't know who super fan Mo is. And she's all over all kinds of social media platforms. And you know what? The great thing about Mo is in the season, she's going to be writing up her write-ups on all the games and all the different stuff going on. And she's so informative, and her insight is top-notch. So y'all, seriously, if you see Superfan Mo anywhere on social media, give her a follow. She's a great, 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 dedicated, loyal, day one Raptors fan. And everybody, she's a great role model for anybody who wants to know how to root for her team right. That's right. Good morning, Raptor Freak crew. Sam is a good person, but always talks down on us when down south. Happy birthday anyways. That's right. Yeah, happy birthday, Sam Mitchell. I know I've been hard on you in the past. In some ways, you are a part of Raptors history and institution in our broadcasting in some ways. Reluctantly, I'll say that. I mean, I have to say, it's one of the things I like about Sam on the broadcast is he's wild. In some ways, he's the kind of person who'll say something that maybe somebody shouldn't say on the broadcast because he's a little off script. And, that kind of Charles Barkley element to the broadcast is kind of fun. It's just I don't want him dissing the team. Just remember that, Sam. Raptors fans love their team. This isn't the era back in the day when you were the coach. And Raptors fans were kind of like, we don't really care about the team. We just like watching the NBA. No. We're in a new era. We really love our team and respect the team because the fans want you to respect the team. And if you're not at least being respectful to the team, you can say critical things, but just be smart about it. Just be smart about it because we do get pissed off at you, especially when you do stuff south of the border. Like when we see, you got to understand, Sam, we have internet up here and we see all the clips of what you're saying down on NBA TV. And you can act like, oh, I'm in Canada, I got to be this way. But if I'm in the U.S. and I'm on TV, I'm in this way. You got to realize we're watching either way. That's all I'll say to you right now, Sam Mitchell, as far as that. But happy birthday. We love you, man. In some ways, we love you, but we hate you. And Mo's saying, thanks for what you brought to the Raptors. That's right. In some ways, he was kind of the first little blip up there in coaching excellence. We've had 3 coaches of the year since. Dwayne Casey. Man, in some ways, I believe Dwayne Casey is the greatest coach in the history of the Raptors. Nick Nurse, obviously, the championship coach and a coach of the year for the Raptors also. 3 Wiseman, 3 coaches of the year. Sam Mitchell, Dwayne Casey, and Nick Nurse. And you know what? We're going to get a 4th one. And his name's going to be Royakovich. And that's going to be coming down the road. Watch. It's going to be coming. That's right. Monique is saying 34 days until Raptors preseason. Oh, you got the Charles Oakley number before the season starts. The preseason starts. 34 days, Charles Oakley. Ooh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Guardian Transit wants to know if there's any Coloco news. All right, Guardian Transit. Good morning to you, sir. I will go and look real quick. I'm just going to Google his name. And let's put in news. We'll hit the news item. And we'll say, no, nothing since a month ago. Nothing since a month ago. The update is that they're still reviewing it. There's nothing. And I told y'all, I'm sorry I said, we probably will know about Christian by the end of August. Well, I was wrong. I don't know why they're taking so long on this. In some ways, it doesn't benefit Christian. Very, very much doesn't benefit him. And then, of course, if the Raptors are trying to retain him, it doesn't benefit us either. Is there, let's Brian Winters this. Is this a weird thing where Adam Silver and Clutch and Rich Paul are manipulating something? So maybe they're thinking that Bobby and Masai will use up all their cap space. Maybe they'll use their last roster spot, which is still open right now, guys. They still have one roster spot that's wide open right now because they're going to see. Maybe they're playing some chicken. They're like, oh, Raptors, why don't you go ahead and pick up that last player for your training camp roster? Nah, we're good. We're going to wait a little bit. We're going good. Oh, you sure? You sure you don't want to pick somebody up right now? Nah, we're going to wait. We're going to wait a little bit. We want to find out about young Christian. That's right. Oh, okay. That's why you're waiting? Yeah, we're waiting. We're flexible. We're smart. Yeah, we plan ahead. We're not like Rob Pelinka. We actually think about things ahead of time and try and get things organized. Okay, but you're sure you don't want to go get somebody like, I don't know, let's see, who's out there still? Yeah, that's exactly right. We don't. We're waiting to see what Coloco's doing, okay? Chill out. I don't know. Is there some sort of weird chicken game going on between that and what I'm talking about? I don't know. I have no idea. Once again, I'll say this: no news on Coloco is bad news, because that they know already and they're just hiding it. They don't want to tell anybody, or it's just taking for so damn long. Like, it shouldn't take this damn long to figure out whether a man has fit to play in the NBA. This is crazy. I've never heard this take so long like this. It's like, come in, let the doctor see him, check his heart, get him to run around a little bit, and see how he's looking after that. Check his heart again. Come on, you know how to do this fitness to play panel. Just clear the man and let us know what's up, because we need to talk to Rich Paul if you're going to clear him. That's what I'm going to say right now. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Some sort of weird game of chicken, Guardian Transit. I have no idea right now. Kareem Thomas is here. Good to see our junk champion, full ass, the butt dialer. Yes, Cool Cat left over 80 points on the bench yesterday, sparing me elimination. Alley-oop to her. I survived the first round embarrassment. Listen, this league is no embarrassment. It's good competition if you win or lose. And listen, Cool Cat, maybe she fell asleep at the wheel, the exact wrong time to put her roster in. But you know what? It is what it is, Kareem. And you know what? It is what it is. That's part of playing fantasy and winning, is you got to pay attention. You got to play your team. And if you don't, you're asleep at the wheel. Well, things like this happen. So in some ways, that's just how it goes. And you are going to the next round, my guy, and you're going to be playing against trivia champion, commissioner of trivia, David Sabora, in the second round. Yeah, that's a heady task, Kareem. This is serious stuff. But if you get past that one, you're in the championship round, my guy, and you'll be playing for that WNBA championship. Of course, on the other side of the bracket, I won. I beat MJ. Fiercely Salsera, and Meredith did take care of business in his game against James. So yeah, we've got the second round set up for today. Starting today, it's going to be Raptor Street versus Meredith and David versus Kareem in the other brackets. So congratulations to the team moving on. Well, let's see who's going to be playing next Monday for the last week of our WNBA fantasy playoff week. Yeah, we'll see who's playing next week for that cup between the 4 teams. 2 teams will be eliminated this week. That's right, Kareem. That's right. Kareem's also saying Sam Mitchell had some great quotes, especially that 0-0-0 rant. No, he is badass. Like, honestly, in some ways, listen, without knowing all the turmoil on the team when he was coaching the Raptors, he, from the outside, was like fiery. He was like somebody who stood up for us. He was somebody who was passionate. He was somebody that was like getting good results. Like, seriously, him winning Coach of the Year wasn't a fluke. He really was coaching his ass off and making the Raptors improve quickly around that time. In fact, the first year he came in, they were really, really bad, but he turned it around the second year. And that's part of the reason why he got that Coach of the Year, is because they had the difference. They saw the first year and how much the Raptors struggled, and they saw how much he turned it around for them in the second year. And they said, boom, you won the Atlantic Division, you're a Coach of the Year. And that's how it all went down like that. So it's interesting because later on we find out that he was kind of a little bit too involved in the players' lives. And there were issues behind the scenes. Some of the players did really not like him when he was our coach. So it's a weird thing with Sam. And in some ways, I understand his personality. He's very cantankerous. He's very shoots from the hip, tells it like it is kind of guy. And I respect that in a lot of ways. I really, really do. But there's lines you can't cross. And in some ways, I think because Sam was a former player, in some ways, he has an ideology of how NBA players are supposed to act. And when he was around some of that generation that he was coaching in the late 2000s on the Raptors, he probably didn't agree with how they were changing and stuff like that. We got to remember, Sam had a hard road to get to the NBA. He started out in the CBA, guys. He had to play in the CBA teams before he got a chance to play for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And he took that chance. And when he was a player, he was very synonymous with the Minnesota Timberwolves team. He had 2 different stints there with the Indiana Pacers stint sandwiched in the middle there. And, people remember him as a player also. It's not like he was a scrub. He actually was in rotation, and he was playing in starting at times also. He was very influential and key to Kevin Garnett's career, because the second time he came back to the Timberwolves, Kevin Garnett was there as a rookie out of high school. And one of the biggest mentors to Kevin Garnett in his early NBA career was Sam Mitchell. So, there's a lot to him. It's complicated. In some ways, he's a man who came the hard way into the NBA and carved himself out a 10-year career. And that's amazing. In some ways, it's like these guys that don't get drafted, these guys that have to go down to the lower league and fight their way up, and then they stick in the big league. Those are guys that really are working hard and doing some crazy stuff. So in some ways, you got to respect Sam Mitchell's player career because he overcame the odds. He overcame the odds. That's right. That's right. Fiercey's here. Happy Monday and good morning, fam. From MJ. Good to see you. Checking in from the Ottawa region. MJ, love you so much. And good game. Shaking hands. Good game. Good game. Monica's here saying that Team Canada won in the wheelchair basketball Paralympics. Yeah, I saw your post in our Facebook chat, Mo, and I was very impressed with the score. Apparently, they won 81-49. So the Paralympics are going on in France right now, and Team Canada's wheelchair basketball team beat the hell out of Spain yesterday. So that's pretty cool. That's very, very cool. Yeah, 80 crazy, 81-49. They doubled them up. They doubled them up good. So you go, Canada's wheelchair basketball team. Badass. Keep giving me updates on how those things are going with the Team Canada stuff at the Paralympics. For sure. For sure. Let me know. Yeah. Fusey saying, congrats, Lex, on winning the past fantasy round. You're welcome, MJ. Your growth as a fantasy player has been so monumentally amazing this season. And I continue to want to watch and see how you do, especially with the NBA season coming up next. But yeah, I have a lot of experience playing fantasy sports, Fiercey. I've been playing them pretty steady since 2005, so about 20 years of play. And I've won all 4 major sports championships in all kinds of different places, public leagues, private leagues. Yeah, I have a pretty high win percentage when I play fantasy. So, and I have not won it and done as well with the Raptor Freak leagues. And that's just a testament to how competitive and good you guys are at fantasy stuff. Like, usually I'm like one of the most dominant fantasy players in any league I'm in, but having David and Meredith and Jason Dukes, Saborin, all you guys are the champions that have been in our fantasies. Like Jason Dukes was the first NBA champion, Meredith's the WNBA champion, and then Peter Saborin winning this past year. Yeah, I'm not winning anymore in the fantasy because you guys are good, is what I'm saying right now. Yeah. Wayne's here. Good to see Wayne Strainer, the sergeant. Wayne Strainer, y'all. Wayne's birthday's coming up, y'all. Not ranking him, but I thought Butch Carter was a good coach. Apart from the off-course nonsense, he made good decisions. He never worked again, so that's a tell on his character. Yeah, I think that you hit the nail on the head with the last part. Yeah, I think that it was such a bad controversy behind the scenes. He was toxic, and people kind of kept away from him at that point. Of course, once again, the reason why Butch Carter worked for our team was his Indiana connection. In some ways, originally, John Bitove was thinking about hiring him to be the president of the Raptors in the beginning because they all went to Indiana U. Well, what happened was Bitove was forced out, but Isaiah was still around. He was Indiana, and so was Glenn Grunwald. Glenn Grunwald was also Indiana. So a lot of the reasons why Butch Carter was hired is because of his old alumni ties with Glenn Grunwald. That's a lot of the reason why Butch Carter was hired. But, I think you're right. There was a period in time where Butch Carter as a coach seemed like he was doing really, really well. But the Butch Carter era and the Lenny Wilkens era kind of bleed in together for me in my head. Because, like, in some ways, Butch started to set up the Vince era, but Lenny really came in and picked them up and got them the furthest with the series against Allen Iverson and the Sixers in 2001. So I get them confused to an extent. And I remember Lenny and the way he handled himself. And, Butch, you're right. Butch is an underrated coach for the Raptors. In some ways, I don't see him as a totally unsuccessful coach for us. He found success. He won games for us. And he was one of the first successful coaches for us. I think he was maybe the first one. We could say Butch Carter was the first ever successful coach of the Raptors. The guys before were not. No, they weren't. Darrell Walker and Brendan Malone. No, they weren't. Let's see. Andrew saying, what's up, y'all? Hope everyone had a good weekend. Well, it's still going. Up here in Canada, we're off again today. And nobody's working. There's nobody driving to work outside my house, like going down the road. But no, everybody gets another day off today, Andrew. We're just sitting, chilling today. That's right. Congrats to Team Canada, wheelchair basketball. Kicking butt, 81-49. Wow. Go easy on them is what I'm saying there. Yeah. Cream saying, was Butch Carter a player like his brother, Chris, in Minnesota? He played basketball to the collegiate level, but I don't think he ever actually played in the NBA. Let me go look at that. You're asking me a question. Let's go fact check. Why not? I can get on the internet. I know how to type. Let me see what's up here. Where's Butch Carter? Wait, I don't want to see it in the news. I want to see his Wikipedia. Yeah, he did play in the league, but it wasn't for long. That's right. I remember him playing in the league. He was on the Pacers. He was on the Lakers. He was on the Knicks. He was on the Sixers, and he's played from 1980 to 1985. So he was in the league for about 5 years in the early 80s. And so yeah, he did play in the league for a little bit there, but he wasn't in football like his brother Chris Carter. That's right. His brother was Minnesota Vikings wide receiver Chris Carter, Butch Carter's brother. That's right. That's totally true. Monique saying, hey, everyone, please educate yourself on spinal cord injury month this month. So September is spinal cord injury awareness month, y'all. So yeah, I'm with Mo on this. Exactly. Listen, I've said this before in the last month or so. Listen, we need to be for disabled rights because listen, all of us could be in that group at any given moment. A horrible tragedy or accident happens. You may be caring more about disabled rights. Trust me. So while we're able-bodied people, we should stand with disabled people and helping to get their rights right. I mean, I have a friend in Florida who was a juggler, and like he used to tour with the Warp Tour, the Vans Warp Tour, and juggle on a unicycle. And he was so talented. Well, you know what? He had a spinal cord injury because he jumped in a pool the wrong way and he broke his neck, and now he's paraplegic. And it's a tragic, awful thing. This guy is such a great athlete. He had so many different things going on in his life, outdoorsy and active, and his life completely changed. So, y'all, seriously, let's have some awareness of spinal cord injury month. Seriously, because seriously, you guys could join that if you're not careful. So be very, very, very careful. And I feel for my friend down in Florida with how his life has completely changed in the last 3 years since his spinal cord injury. It's not, I'm telling y'all, just seriously, let's be smart about this and understand that this is, you could be in this group if you're not careful, and everybody should care about disabled rights and also have spinal cord injury awareness is what I'm saying right here. Yeah. Don't do crazy backflips into a pool that may not be deep enough. Let's just put it that way. Okay. Okay. Trevor's saying EuroLeague is on the verge of selling a minority ownership stake at private 300 million. I don't even know what this is. Basketball? I don't even know. What are you talking about, Trevor? EuroLeague is on the verge of selling a minority ownership stake at the private 300 million basketball. I don't know. I don't know, Trevor. I'm not sure. Randolph's here. Good blessings, beloved Raptor Freaks, most informative gang. Happy Labor Day to all. Thank you for your labor of love. Your service matters. Keep on serving. I love that, Randolph, with those words of wisdom coming in there. He said, keep serving. And I love what he's saying. Your service matters, because this is what Leo Routins is saying this morning. You may think your light is small, but it can make a huge difference in other people's lives. I feel like he's speaking to me. He's speaking to all y'all. He's speaking to Monique and saying, listen, everything we're doing, whether it's my channel and the audience I get, whether it's Monique going to the game and talking and being a diplomat and a representative for Raptors Fan Nation, we make waves in this world and we touch people. And hopefully we make the world better. That's what it's all about right there. And that's what Randolph's saying. That's what Leo's saying. And don't ever poo-poo what you're doing, because you don't have any idea the ramifications and the reverberations of what you may say or do could help people and shine a light and help them with the positivity. That's right. I love that, Randolph. I love that. And thank you, Leo Routins, for your life tips every morning. That's right. Cowboy said, I have no problem helping Lex. Hopefully it works out. We are pretty booked up. I'm even painting today. Well, Bradley, in some ways, this is something that doesn't have to be done immediately. It's not emergency. So maybe we'll just get on your ledger for your schedule. And when you're ready to come and see me, you can come out and see me. Hopefully, maybe we can see you before the end of September. So if it's anytime in there, even if it isn't, we can try and make it work. So either way, Trevor's saying EuroLeague Basketball League. That's where they're trying to buy that. Okay. In some ways, I'm not totally sure what's going on there. Now, David is back on the bus. He's on his way back from Ottawa to Toronto right now. So he's not in the chat right now. So I'm going to do the classic card, and he's not going to be able to be here right now. So I'm going to go ahead and handle the classic card real quick. Randolph said, happy birthday to all the September born. May you be blessed with abundance and overflow. You are uniquely special. Love. Yeah, Libra Nation. We love you. There's also a lot of Virgos still born in September. Virgo season still on, and then the Libras will start at the end of the month. But yeah, September people are awesome. I've always had very good friends from the month of September. Some very, very close, personal, best friends are born in the first week of September. and beyond. Like, yeah, some really, really close friends of mine. Slug saying, I'm patiently waiting for the 30th anniversary jersey released. Well, I could tell you what's going to happen, Slug DZ. It's going to be that purple front black back. It's going to be that Vince Carter jersey, and we're going to see them on 10 or 12 games of the season. That's it. You're not going to see them all season. It'll be on select dates. And in fact, we know the dates of when they're going to have the purple front black back jerseys on. So I could actually tell you the first time they're going to wear them is going to be on the Friday of the first week of the season when we play Philadelphia here in Toronto. That will be a classic jersey game, and they will be wearing the Vince era jerseys. I'm telling you right now, that's what they're going to do. It's not official. It's not for sure, but I'm pretty good at predicting things, and I'm pretty sure this is what's happening. So yeah, it'll be the Vince Carter jersey. It'll probably be very much the same looking jersey, just a little updated, and it may have the 30th anniversary patch on it. But yeah, it may not be that much different than the ones that Vince wore in 2001 around that time. So yeah, I'm thinking it's going to be that. And the first game will be Philly. They're going to wear them against the Lakers also the week after that. When the Lakers come and play their one game in Toronto in the beginning of the season, they'll be wearing them then too. So yeah, that's the info right there, man. Yeah, they're not just for tournament play. They're actually going to have something else for the in-season tournament. These will be for regular season games spread out over the whole entire season. And if you want to know it specifically when the Vince Carter game is, it's a Cleveland game in February. If they're going to honor Vince Carter on February the 12th, just before All-Star break. It'll be a second night of a back-to-back game against the Cleveland Cavaliers. So if you really, really want to know when to go to see Vince get honored, that's the game. And that game, they probably will be wearing the throwbacks, but they didn't say that for sure. But the Vince Carter game is February the 12th against the Cleveland Cavaliers. If anybody in Raptors Nation is trying to buy tickets and get ready for the season, that's the information right there. And people are saying, well, when are they going to honor Vince? Well, I know, because I'm listening to Masai and what he's saying. He said, we want to honor Vince on the 25th anniversary of his dunk competition. Well, that date is February the 12th, 2025. So that is why I know that Cavs game is the game that they're going to honor Vince at. So just so you know, guys. Cowboys saying, okay, cool. Also, Koloko is with Clutch, right? Maybe LeBron is trying to keep him for the Lakers. He is with Clutch. That is something that makes me very worried or wondering what the hell's going on with him. But what can we do? In some ways, we've seen good signs that he is leaning towards returning to the Raptors since he's been around the Raptors mostly at Summer League. He's still interacting with a lot of our players on social media. He seems to be a big fan of Shamshay, not just because they're Cameroonians, but who knows? Maybe they're going to be teammates real soon. So I don't know. We're going to have to see what happens. I'm going to guess, Slug DZ, that our NBA Cup stuff is going to be very similar to kind of what we did last year. It'll be black and gold kind of stuff. I hope that they bring that court back out. It'd be a damn shame if they only play 2 games ever on that beautiful black court that we had for the in-season tournament last year. The Raptors had the best in-season tournament court last year. I'm sorry. That's just the damn truth. And a lot of people around the league will agree with us. So I say, don't spend the money on making a new court all of a sudden for the NBA Emirates Cup. Go ahead and get that one from last year out, and we'll wear black and gold again in the in-season tournament. So that's kind of what it's looking like. I mean, who knows? Maybe they are going to waste money and spend a whole bunch of money on a brand new crazy-ass court like that. But I wouldn't. If I was the Raptors, I would use that badass court you used last year and just keep going with it. And maybe you change the jerseys. You can change the jerseys a little bit, but don't change the court. Those things are expensive. And that court was badass. You can use it some more for a couple more years. I'm saying that right now. Yeah. G's here. G's saying Maximilian 7-Eleven just put out an RJ 23-24 highlight reel. Fire. Yeah, I love all the highlight reels we've been getting all summer. 905 stuff. Emmanuel Quickley's best assist. Scotty Barnes this. Chris Boucher that. RJ this. Yeah, it's good stuff. Definitely get you through the summer and the off season with your basketball Jones. That's right. Cowboys laughing at Trevor. And Tommy Dookie's got the link to the RJ highlight reel, I guess. It's right there. Thank you, G. RJ MIP. Hey, everybody. Hi, Tommy. Hi, Tom. Hi, Victoria, British Columbia. My man Tom on a long weekend in the BC area of this country on the West Coast. West Coast Raptor Freaks. Unite. Let's go. Emoticon Giant. All right, let's go with the classic card. Let's see who's going to get this today. Let's see who's going to get the classic card today. La, 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 la. Who is that? Let me see who that is first. Oh, wow. Okay, this is a good one. This is a good one. We'll see how good everybody can do on this. All right, here we go. Here's the classic card. First person to write the name in. Spelling may matter. Actually, I'm in charge, so I'm going to adjudicate as who gets it in first. All right, listen. Y'all can see who that is. It should be easy. Seriously, it should be easy. In some ways, you got don't look up the number in the jersey. There we go. Isaac. Now, you did misspell his name, but that's exactly right. That is Derek Fisher, guys. You could tell from the distance, or maybe Isaac has this card. Derek Fisher. Isaac, I'm going to give you 100 points. 100 points to Isaac Campbell for the classic card of the day. Let me go just write it in real quick. Yeah, tomorrow, guys, we'll have trivia. I'm going to write up the questions later today. David's going to help me, and we're going to get that all figured out. So let me just put in a classic card for Isaac, 100 points on what he did there. Very good job, Isaac Campbell. Let's see. Yeah, not too messing around. Derek Fisher. Fisher spelled without the C. And Isaac. Isaac got it. And we're going to give him 100 points. 100 points. There you go, Isaac. Getting the classic card of the day. It is Derek Fisher. Of course, Derek Fisher was involved in that crazy shit with Matt Barnes. Or was it Matt Barnes? I forget who it was. It was somebody. There was some sort of fight over a wife or something like that. But yeah, there's Derek Fisher. Of course, he was a coach in the league also. In some ways, we haven't seen Derek Fisher around anymore. I think he got in trouble because of his liaisons. And the NBA kind of was like, yeah, we don't want your energy around the league anymore, man. Because you kind of you did something to somebody's wife, and it's no big no. Wait, why did the screen go dark like that? That's weird. All right, anyway, we'll keep going. It went shaded. It's very weird. Yeah. All right, let's see. Isaac's saying Farmer Isaac. I like that. Well done. Cowboy saying, did you see that Prince Shamshay, was the first player to go straight from the Africa League and the first from Cameroon to skip the NCAA? I think, correct me if I'm wrong, something like that. Yeah. They said this on draft night, Cowboy, that the first player to ever go directly from Africa to the NBA with no stops with a prep high school. This is like, he didn't come over here and play in a high school like Scotty at Mount Verde or anything like that. No Sunrise Academy for him. No U.S. Or Canadian high school, no prep school, no college years in any college thing. Came straight from the Basketball Africa League to the NBA. And that is an unprecedented path to get to the league. And in some ways, maybe this is scaring some people. That they're saying, these African guys are going to start coming straight here. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm excited about it. Shamshay is going down a path nobody's ever gone before. And that's part of the reason why he has to be successful, Bradley, is if he comes over and he's no good, then he's going to hurt other young men from coming behind him with the same path. So there is some pressure on him for this reason. That's right. So, yeah, it is true. Exactly what you said right there. Wayne saying it's very difficult for former players of the Raptors to diss the organization because they're treated with respect and gratitude. Those that diss Raptors are really few and classless. I love what Wayne's saying here, and I agree with him. Listen, Canadian people are amazing. Canadian people are so nice and very, very kind. And in some ways, our organization is top notch. We go above and beyond to take care of these players. And that's why people like Dennis Schroeder, even though he may have gotten the raw end of the deal last season, he said the Raptors were so good to me and I can't be mad at them. So you're right. And maybe there was a period of time in our franchise where things weren't run as well. And maybe that's like when Vince left or things that happened around Sam Mitchell and the Raptors in the Chris Bosh era where people will be like, yeah, I hated being here for this reason or this reason. But that's not the case in the Masai era. Everybody who's come to the Raptors while Masai's been in charge has been pampered and treated a top-notch A+++ as the franchise takes care of their players. So I think you're exactly right on this. But over time, there's older players, they're young, when we were younger as a franchise that have kind of negative thoughts or feelings about things. And it may be because we didn't have the excellence of Ujiri as the leader. And I think you're right. And, honestly, once again, When people are dissing Canada just because they think it's cold or the taxes or this or that, it really just shows ignorance. Because once again, Minnesota's colder. And honestly, in some ways, the way the money is set up between the United States and Canada, these US players are making money in the whole exchange rate. In some ways, it's actually a financial benefit to play for Canada's team. So, yeah, it's a weird situation. It's not like they're getting paid in Canadian dollars. They're getting paid in American dollars, and they can spend the American dollars in Canada. And if the Canadian dollar is not as good as the American dollar, they're making a lot of money and they're having an easier time with their lifestyle in Canada. So, yeah, I agree with you, Wayne, on this. It's an older thing with the older players, but even the younger players that started in this team in the beginning, like Damon Stoudemire, Tracy McGrady, people like that have only good things to say about Toronto. And there's only a few knuckleheads, and there's different reasons why some of these knuckleheads don't like Toronto and Canada. Some of it's because of low IQ. Some of it's just pure xenophobia, stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying right there. Let's see. Good job, Wayne, with that comment. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a dunk because I agree with it. I agree with what you're saying. I agree with what you're saying. Let me see. Where's Wayne? There's Wayne right there. We're gonna give him a 103. You got that hot 101.3, 103.1, hot 103.1. We got all the Backstreet Boys and New Kids on the Block every hour. Fiercey saying, gotta go mow the lawn, fam. See you tomorrow at trivia. There you go. All right. Scotty would say, you're gonna mow your lawn? You mowed your lawn? Really? I did that once. I came into Scotty Barnes Twitch after I had mowed the lawn out here. And I said, Scotty, I just mowed the lawn. And Scotty was like really into that. He's like, you just mowed the lawn? Cool, Raptor Street. Cool. He's like, he was interested in my chore. And I was like, yeah, I just came back in from mowing the lawn. And Scotty said, Raptor Street, you were mowing the lawn? I was like, yeah, I was mowing the lawn. It's like great Scotty Barnes Twitch moment with Raptor Street talking about me mowing the lawn. So yeah, get out there and mow the lawn, MJ. That's right. Be nice to the little animals, though. I was mowing the lawn one time this summer, and I ran over a mole, and I felt really bad. Felt really, really bad. But he survived. He's all right. But I think I messed up his legs. So he started running really weird after that. But I seen him in the yard like a couple days later, so he's still alive, which is good. It's just good. And hopefully he's still having a good life. But yeah, be careful. There's little creatures out there. You don't want to just be a mean, destructive, crazy person with the lawnmower. Look out for the little creatures. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Kareem saying, what's your honest opinion? If Prince went to the NCAA, do you think he would be lottery in 2025? I think he would be top 5 in 2025 NBA draft. Am I being biased? Are you talking about Prince, the purple one? The great when doves cry, dream if you will, a picture of you and I engaged in a kiss. The smell of your body covers me. Can you tell me? Can you picture this? You talking about Prince? Wait a second. Prince is dead. I think he might have been able to make basketball because he was very good. Prince may have been short, but he could play some ball, apparently, according to Kevin Garnett and Rick James and Charlie Murphy. Yeah. He could play. You're talking about Ulrich, of course. So let me switch to seriousness here. Would he be a lottery pick in 2025? I think he would be a lottery pick next year. I think that Masai looked at the legalities of how soon can I draft Shamshe, and I want to jump on getting him before everybody else comes in and tries to get him next year. So in some ways, it's shown by him getting drafted right at the end of this draft, 2 picks before the end of the draft, that Masai's jumping in line. And he went and grabbed him ahead of everybody. He paid $1 million to do that too. He spent $1 million, sent it to Memphis Grizzlies, and asked for their pick, and they took it. And they got their guy. And that's all that matters. In some ways, this is Ujiri saying, I ain't going to miss out on the next Giannis. No. I seen what happened with Giannis. I wanted to draft him. I wanted to move up. Well, that action where he had to move up, well, he couldn't. And the Milwaukee Bucks got Antetokounmpo. Well, he wasn't going to screw that up this time. So he jumped in the queue. He jumped ahead, and he went a year ahead, actually. Because, yeah, I think next year, this guy would be at the top of the draft board next year. I don't know where he would play this next year if he wasn't coming to us, playing this rookie year with us. Maybe he's still in Basketball Africa League, playing another year over there. Maybe he does come over to the States and plays at a college for 1 year. And, yeah, I think you're right, Kareem. This is a good question. I think that Shamshe, with one more year, being an 19 next year, he might have been a lottery pick. I think you're right. I think you're right. I think you're right. You think he'd be top 5? I don't think that. I mean, we don't know. I mean, they're looking at the prospects for next year. Cooper Flag, Dylan Harper. I think that he looks like he's pretty bona fide stud, like blue chip prospect, just by his body and his athleticism. So I could say Shamshay probably would be up there in a year from now. Yeah, I think you're right, Kareem. I'm gonna give you a dunk for a good little mind exercise. If not, a chance for me to make Prince jokes and sing "When Doves Cry." So yeah, here we go. Let me see. Where is that? 250. I'm gonna give you a two pointer. So you got 250, 250. All right, let's see. Wayne saying, "Where I am, Isaac wrote the name before you presented the card." Lex, how is that possible? Well, I'm gonna say this: that you may not be live, Wayne. You got to make sure you hit in the corner. You see the red button that says live. You got to make sure that says live. So hit the little live button in the corner because you may be watching me a little bit behind, and that may be why. Cowboys waving to Shamshay. Hi, Shamshay. Straight Masai pick. Let's effing go. He's gonna be. Yeah, I'm excited about it. He's down at the Lakeshore at OVO Center. Hopefully, he's not interacting too much with that system. Down there, that one, what is it? The NOAA system. Yeah, I know about the NOAA system. Maybe that NOAA system needs to go out in the lake. Yeah, hopefully he's not using the NOAA system. Turn it off when Ulrich is in there. We don't need it telling him how to shoot. Just let him go by feel and turn that damn machine off, the NOAA system. Yeah, stay away from the NOAA system is my advice for Ulrich Shamshay. Tom Duke's got him the farmer out there. That's right. And the goal. And that's right. There's Darko too. I see Darko there too. That's cool. Neil's here. Good to see Blackhawk in the house. He's saying Derek Fisher hooked up with Matt Barnes' ex-wife. That is why Matt attacked Derek. Derek was coaching in the WNBA until he got fired. Yeah, he was the coach of the LA Sparks. And yeah, that's kind of what happened. I don't know if it was his ex-wife or was his current wife. Because I don't remember exactly. But yeah, that was the whole issue there. And Matt Barnes is crazy. He drove like 300 miles to punch Derek Fisher in the face. It's kind of crazy. He got in his truck and he drove a very long time. Sometimes when you're walking or driving, you get time to think and you kind of cool down. No, this guy was a full head of steam. He crossed state lines just to go knock this guy's block off. He was so mad at him. Yeah, Matt Barnes will talk about this, I'm sure. Maybe not. He probably doesn't want to talk about it anymore. But he's so outspoken on podcasts. I'm sure that he's told his account of this story before, very much somewhere, somehow. Cowboys saying, "Have fun, eye candy, tractor eye candy. Make your do a quick look around the yard to check for rocks and sticks." She's saying his tip is to look out for the rocks and sticks, the pine cones, and mine is look out for the little animals. Look out for the little animals. And try to be nice. And in some ways, less is more when you're cutting your yard. I like to cut nice lines. And I even keep a meadow, like a wild meadow, where I don't cut at all. And it's amazing the pollinators and the nice native species of plants coming up. And it just makes the whole yard healthier. And some people say, well, you're going to have more bugs, Lex. No, there's a balance you can find if you do this right, where you'll have enough dragonflies and birds and different things that will be in your yard that will take care of the pests of the mosquito. So listen, don't be afraid to grow a little bit of part of your yard, maybe a little bit further away from the building, and allow for natural wildlife and natural insects and everything to come around, because that's a healthy yard. A healthy yard is not a monoculture lawn that is finely manicured and is just like blades of grass. No, that's no good for anybody. That just looks good to you. But to me, I'm about on natural, and let those wild native plants and wild insects and species be thriving, because you'll find a natural balance in it at some point. And I'm telling you, we didn't have really bad problems with mosquitoes this summer because we had so many different insects and birds eating them and taking care of it for us. So it was really, really good. Really, really good. Let's see. David's saying, are there any minors in here? I might be a little loose lipped today. Okay. David's traveling on the bus. And that made me a little, he's got to get from Ottawa to Toronto. And we know the last time he was on the bus, he was pretty revved up. So, yeah, I don't think there's any minors in here. No, I don't know. Anybody got a pickaxe? Oh, all right, let's see. Cowboy saying, Wayne, Dap. Isaac is from the Matrix. He's from the future. Isaac is Neo. He's got the little glasses in the trench coat. He's in the Matrix. Yes, he's going to be like... from the bullets. Y'all see this thing behind me? I dug this up. I dug this up recently. I was going through some old stuff. Look at this badass inflatable finger you could get from the arena from way back. Look at what that logo says. It says Purple Fever. In some ways, it's the pointer finger, but it almost looks like that one finger salute. Yeah, it's like I can say one finger salute. But yeah, anybody who's jonesing for the Purple Fever, there's a Purple Fever, old school artifact from Raptors game, probably like 20 years ago. One of these inflatable fingers. You blow it up with a little straw, and then you got it on your hand, and you clap them together, try and mess people up at the free throw line. But yeah, look at that Purple Fever Raptors purple hand with the finger out there. Yeah, I picked my nose. Yeah, put it in the backdrop. We got that back there now. There's gonna be things added behind me all the time because I'm unpacking more of my stuff, and I'm finding more and more of my old Raptors artifacts from back in the day. That's right. Let's see. Fiercey saying, I don't see a Nuggy. Yeah, Nuggy the Ruggy is not here right now. We'll have to see. Yeah, Nuggy's not here. And I don't see Amit. I know Amit's not totally a minor. But I found out more that like there are people in my family that watch me. And I want to say hi to Thomas. I want to say hi to Keegan and Jarrett. I want to say hi to all my cousins that watch the channel and the scene. Yeah, you guys are awesome. And I love you guys, all y'all that enjoy the Raptor Freak channel. And probably hear more than you need to. But yeah, that's how it is. Fiercey saying, you should be good, David. Let it out. Let's go. Yeah, I think he's okay. But we never know. I have it marked to nobody under 18 should be watching me. I do not let YouTube market this to children, just so y'all know. This is an adult channel. But in some ways, if their parents are allowing them to watch, my cousin Kristen's saying, yeah, you can watch Thomas. It's fine. Then there's no problem. So Thomas, I love you, man. And thank you for watching me. And it was really cool that you got to see my parents recently at the wedding out west. So very, very cool. And my mom was touched that you came up to her and said, I watch Lexi on YouTube. He's amazing. I love the Raptor Streaks. So, yay, there you go. So let's just say, yeah, there's probably are minors watching from time to time, just so y'all know. And in some ways, I've tried to temper myself from cussing so much. I'm failed at it a lot. But, in some ways, I'm trying. In some ways, we're just free flowing, talking about whatever we're going to talk about. And that's just how it is. Yeah. And David's getting dapped from Cowboy. And I don't know what that is, Tom. That looks like some sort of McDonald's character from the 70s. Like, is that Grimace's cousin? I don't even know what that is. That's really crazy. Gracie's saying, oh boy, Lex singing, my cue to leave. Wait, whoa, wait a second. I do a pretty good Prince. Seriously, you can't get mad at me. I can do a pretty good Prince. Seriously. She wore a raspberry beret, the kind you find in a secondhand store. A raspberry beret. I think I love her. Ooh, when she walks. Come on now, Fiercey. Don't hate on my singing. Come on now. Yeah. Cowboy saying, I said it before and I'll say it again. The best $1 million Messiah ever spent was paying the Memphis Grizzlies to get the right to draft Ulrich Shamshe at the end of this draft that we just had this summer. Yeah. I think Cowboy's right. We're going to be saying this years and years to come. And Cowboy, you keep saying it. Seriously, you keep reminding us. That's right. Wayne's saying, Fiercey, you just became my conscience. Later got to go now mow the lawn. My lazy ass son refused to do it yesterday. Bummer. Yikes. I really do limit how many times I mow. I'll mow, like, I'm not allowed to mow more than once a month. In fact, I was going to tell myself, you're only going to mow once this year. But I have mowed like 2 or 3. Yeah, and I really am not mowing the whole thing. I'm mowing little sections of it in different places. And often it's for different reasons. Like there's one area that I got to clear out of poison ivy. So I got to mow that out for that. But yeah, in some ways, it's good to leave a natural terrain in your yard if you can. Leave a pollinator strip of wildflowers so that the bees can come and do good things. Now, if you have a garden somewhere else in the yard, this is really good for it. Trust me. If you leave a wild strip in your yard. So I applaud anyone who's able to leave a little bit. Don't mow the whole thing. And let it grow up naturally and see the beautiful wildflowers that will come up, especially if you plant them yourself. You could plant your own little wildflower garden, pollinator garden. Do it. Seriously, it'll help our world with food production. The bees need the pollination to do what they need to do. So, yeah, and Wayne's going to get out there and start mowing the lawn too now. All right. Scotty, be proud. Everybody mowing their lawn today. Let's see. Blackhawk saying the NBA players, their taxes are based upon the state they reside in. So if you play on the Raptors but live in Phoenix, The taxes are based upon Phoenix instead of TDOT. RJ and Boucher paid Canadian taxes. Okay, that makes sense. Now, think about Siakam. Siakam had a residence down in Orlando, and Florida has a crazy state tax. So it could have been Siakam was really doing pretty good if he's getting a tax to the Florida tax code. So that's the kind of stuff. That's interesting news, Neil, and that makes sense. Davidson, on a brighter note, I saw my third new bird species of the year, an eastern kingbird. That's the third one of the season. The other two were at your place, Lex, the eastern bluebird and the flycatcher. That's awesome. So the Acadian flycatcher and that bluebird we saw when we went for that walk, you and Peter and I, that's awesome. I love that so much. I'm really getting into the birds more. My dad brought me back some bird books from my uncle in Winnipeg on this trip they just came back from. So, and we're learning more and more. And yeah, the feeder's out there and it's getting a lot of attention. I've been really, really enjoying seeing more and more new birds. But yeah, so you saw an eastern kingbird. Very cool, David. We're definitely going to have to hang out and go bird watching again soon. I know we're nerds like that. That's right. He's got the little Twitter bird, the parrot, the swan, and Cowboy's all about the birds too. Swan, Miss Swan. That's right. Smooth saying, didn't Matt Barnes sleep with Derek Fisher's wife, or was it the other way around? It was the other way around. Derek Fisher slept with Matt Barnes' wife. That's what it was. Yep, the other way around. That's right. And they got married. All right. Omari wants me to sing Diamonds and Pearls. Amari, I hope you're having a great long weekend, my guy. Oh, man, I'm always thinking about you, Amari. Hoping all the best things for you, my guy. All right, listen. All right, I don't know many of the lyrics, so I'm just going to sing the title and the way that they did it on the song because I don't know the lyrics to that song. It's not that it was New Generation Prince and New Power Generation. I didn't really listen to him as much then. I was more Revolution Prince and also Prince just kind of on his own. But yeah, all right, I'll try and do this. All right. Diamonds and pearls. That's how I know the song. I'm sorry. I can't go any further with it. But I'll do other Prince songs. If y'all got any more Prince requests, I'll do more. I know I love the Batman album. That was such a good album. When Prince did the Batman album in 1989 with Bat Dance and every time you do me, such a rush. Ooh, it goes right through me. Lemon Crush. This was cool, man. And that Batman album was good. I'm telling y'all right now. Bat Dance. Oh, that's such an underrated album. Blackhawk saying, I believe Derek said something to Matt's twins that was the reason he attacked Derek. Wow. In some ways, I don't know enough about this, but in some ways, I don't want to know more about this. This is people's personal business. In some ways, it's none of my business. It's ancient history at this point, honestly, because it's all happened and gone a long time ago. But wow, that makes sense. If Derek Fisher was saying something out of pocket to Matt's kids that he got mad. Yeah. And Smooth saying marriage born out of cheating, eh? That's why I don't believe in marriage, respectfully. Wow. Smooth brown man with a strong opinion. You know, in some ways, I can see why you say that. I say that myself in some ways too. But yeah, it is what it is. It's crazy. Wayne saying overrated, Smooth, overrated. Okay. All right. I mean, listen, you know, it's good to have a lifelong partnership, but in some ways you don't need that piece of paper. It's good to have it for tax purposes. I don't know, and just kind of like run the mill things. But also people are common law. They still get a lot of those benefits as long as the government knows. Some people have said, you know, I don't need to get married because I love you, honey. And I don't need to do that to do that. I don't know. It's everybody for themselves and how they want to handle their lives. But I can understand. Listen, I was married. I'm divorced now. So I can understand what y'all are saying. I can understand what y'all are saying. Let's do the Instagram stories real quick. We got Gary Trent Sr. And I thought he had COVID at first because he's got Gary's got a swab up his nose. I'm like, oh, crap. Gary Trent Sr. got COVID, something like that. But no, they put another one up the other nose. They're waxing his nose hairs out of his nose. And he's like it's painful. I can tell. They like put this hot wax up his nostril and they're rubbing it all around up there to get all the little nose hairs and they rip it out. And he's like, oh, that's old Shack of the Mac. Big old Gary Trent Sr., a little bit teary-eyed from, he's like, oh, it hurts. My eyes are crying. It's so funny. It's a lot more safe for work this time, MJ. So don't worry. You won't be scarred if you go in and see Gary's new Instagram stories. He's showing the work afterwards. He's like, man, it's got me crying. It's like they ripped out all their hairs. And then he's got this girl who's a little bit plus size doing crazy backflips like a ninja would. And it says, always believe in yourself and never give up. It's pretty cool. And then here's one with what you guys are talking about. Gary Trent Sr. saying, it's like a weird little white kid like going, oh, wow. It's saying her saying, you're the only guy I talk to. And then me like, oh, wow. wow, yeah. This is kind of what y'all are talking about. Slim Duck has got this funny picture of this little kid making this funny face in a seatbelt, and it's saying, me looking at the MFer who decided to sit by me when there's 100 empty seats. Oh, I get along. I know what you're saying about this, Chris Boucher. On TTC, you'd be riding on a bus. There's every seat on the bus is open, but somebody wants to come and sit right next to you in your vicinity. I'm like, seriously, could you just like go and take a section of the bus over there, please? I've never understood that, and people that do that, seriously, I don't. And then here's one where Chris is saying that on how was life after social media, and the guy's like on the computer and he's kind of dialing up, like getting online or something like that. I don't know what's going on there exactly. Norman Powell still in Hawaii. He's doing some workouts, and he's celebrating Aja Wilson, 41 points, 17 rebounds on his Instagram. 1 month until training camp. And, well, Norman's already at training camp. He's like a month early. Yeah, there's a really nice baseline 360 jam by Norman in his highlights on his Instagram right now. Very, very cool stuff by Norman Powell at the University of Hawaii, hanging out in Hawaii right now early. Precious has got some wine on blast, Silver Oak wine from Silver Oak Cellars. So check that out. Jamal Shed, once again, making his pictures so small. I can't see what you're posting, man, because you make them so small. He's saying that he had good ball in August. So it sounds like Jamal Shed got some good workouts in as a player in August. So he's saying goodbye to August and hello to September. Pascal Siakam putting on blast Real Madrid. I guess Mbappe did something, and he's celebrating the football. And Legacy Scotty's got a nice picture of Scotty in summer mode with the glasses and the swim trunks at the pool. Yeah, wake up. It's the first of the month, September 1st, yesterday. So there's your Instagram stories. A little light on the Instagram stories. It seems like a lot of the main Raptors are very radio silent right now. So maybe they're finishing up their off season of seeing people and being around people. And then they'll be coming to Toronto, more and more of them. We know Scotty is in Toronto already. And I'm sure a lot of the Raptors are already starting to come towards our city to get ready for training camp. So who knows? Some of them may be coming in just to get acclimated as rookies and get set up with their place and kind of get their life oriented for the season as new Toronto Raptors. And then some of the older guys that have been around the team for a while, RJ's probably hanging out with all his friends in the 905 and his friends around Toronto before the season starts, stuff like that. Who knows? Maybe some of them are going down to the CNE, just like old Villain Dylan Brooks. Who knows? Who knows? That's right. That's right. Omari saying, I love it. I'm having a great weekend. I hope everyone here is enjoying the Monday off. There you go, Omari. Y'all, seriously, if y'all need a place to stay, whether you need to rent a place or you are about to buy someplace with a mortgage, Omari Parsons is a mortgage broker, and he can help you out on the west side of the GTA around London and Waterloo and Hamilton and Etobicoke, Mississauga. If you need help finding a place to live, Omari Parsons is your guy. So look him up, and he can help you find a place to live, whether it's to rent or to buy for mortgage. He is that guy. So talk to Omari, please. Smooth saying, yeah, lifelong partner if you're lucky enough to find that person. It's tough. The thing is that we're all people that change, and we are transitory as people. Sometimes people just aren't the same person as you met, and they just change in different ways. And it's just natural. In some ways, I believe what y'all are saying is right. It's in some ways very, very rare to have somebody in your life for so long. In fact, I was just talking to my parents yesterday. They went to this wedding in Manitoba just last week, and they were celebrated as the longest standing married couple at that wedding. 54 years my parents have been married. And, that's a very big accomplishment in today's world. There's so much out there that still pulls people apart. And to be able to stay together like that is really, really not easy. And so in some ways, I'm very, very proud of the years my parents have had together, because in some ways that's uncommon in today's age. And that's sad. It shouldn't be like that. But once again, like everything out there, there's forces out there trying to divide us and pull us apart. And it's harder than ever to stay together. And it's tough, whatever it is, Yeah, it's tough. Blackhawk saying Matt is remarried and became a proud girl dad this year. There you go. Matt Barnes moving on with his life from that hood rat is probably what he'd say. Omari saying my nose and ear hairs are out of control. I have droopy eyebrow hairs too that I can see my periphery. Well, all right. That may be TMI, Omari. But listen, maybe you need to go like Gary's dad. to the nose people and get that hot wax up your nose. Now, it's a little uncomfortable. It looked weird when he was doing it because you know that wax that's in like the 40-year-old virgin that they rip off of Steve Carell's back. He's like, ah, that's the same stuff they're using, but up your nose. So just imagine that. And the other thing I worry about that for Gary Trent Sr. is, those nose hairs in your nose have a function. They're not just there to annoy you because they grow long out of your nose and bug you. No, they're supposed to catch particulate and dust and also keep insects out of your nose. So if you pull all your nose hairs out of your nose, you ain't got no protection. So I say, look out, Gary Trent Sr., and don't get no particulate up in your nose, is what I'm saying. Particulate. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, and Cowboy's laughing. Yeah, and Smooth took his message back. He's saying, anyways. I'm sorry. I'm a little crazy today. All right, let me keep going on the what we got. Okay, happy birthday, 26th birthday to Nickel Alexander-Walker, guys. Team Canada's Nickel Alexander-Walker is 26 as of today of the Minnesota Timberwolves. We like to celebrate our Team Canada guys just as much too. And of course, once again, I said Sam Mitchell's birthday is today. Happy birthday to Sam Mitchell. He's turned 61 today. He's 61, I think. 61 or no, I think he's 60. He's 62 today. No, he's 61. He's 61 today. Is that right? Yeah, he's 61. 61 years today. Sam Mitchell, former coach of the Raptors, coach of the year in 2007. Guys, I've got a very interesting thing coming up on this channel. We're going to be releasing the season 8 premieres of Kensington Variety VIP Club starting next week. You're going to see some things on the YouTube channel where it's like going to have premieres coming up, and you guys can watch them when they come out. I have not, I got to thank Paul B for converting the files from Instagram to YouTube so that I can post them on YouTube. And we'll be starting to post them on the 5-year anniversaries starting next week for season 8 of the Kensington Variety VIP Club. This is stuff that's never been released on YouTube until next week. So this is going to be brand new stuff coming out. It's going to be coming out just like the other stuff in the community tab. So if you want to watch the old Kensington Variety VIP Club, and that's where to find it right there. Yeah. So he's saying I have to go and look at your old videos. Yeah, they're fun. The 5-year anniversary of the championship year is all there. In some ways, there's a playlist that's available that you can look at, and you can see them all in a row. They're short. They're not very long. You could probably watch like 20 episodes in the length of one of my streams, like in 2 hours. So, but they're very interesting. And in some ways, the reason why I did it was to capture that time and place in the world in 2018 to 2020. In those 2 years, a lot happened. We won a championship in Toronto. We had the pandemic. They legalized cannabis in Canada. And, all this stuff is captured on there. So in some ways, that show is a time capsule of the way life was pre-pandemic, pre-championship, and then afterwards on both. So it's a very interesting thing. And of course, because it's filmed in the convenience store in the historic Kensington Market in downtown Toronto, that very, very amazing neighborhood, there's all kinds of interesting people that are on the show all the time. Because basically, I was working in the convenience store. That was my job. I sell cigarettes, lottery, all kinds of drinks. And customers would come in and I do games with them. It was kind of like the cash cab. It's like, oh, you just got in the cab and you're on cash cab. We're going to ask you trivia questions as we drive you to your destination. Well, I'm doing the same thing to people in the store. I'd say, yeah, you want to buy this Fanta? Well, you can get this Fanta for free if you answer a trivia question. So that's kind of what that show is about. It also has some really funny like banter, like bargaining. Like I'd take goods from the store that were expired, and my boss said I could do this, and like haggle with people for lower prices. So there's a lot of different things, and there's regulars on the show that were on all the time, like Martin and Johnny and Lon and Steve. And you get to even see some of the Raptor freaks on the show. You see like Stevie Roots, you see Naco the Nacho show up on the show sometimes. So it's kind of cool to see where I was at 5 years ago. And so much has happened since then. In fact, in the later seasons of Kensington Variety VIP Club, I show me in lockdown after I go home from the store, and I can't work in the store anymore because I don't want to, because I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to mess around the store and deal with 1,000 people every day during the pandemic. So I went home and I filmed a lot of episodes in lockdown at my house, it's a very interesting transition. And it really does get a real snapshot of those times in 2020, 2019, around that time. Yeah. Monique saying, W stream, W vibes, go Raptors for life, or after free crew strong. I agree with you, Mo. And thank you so much for being a big part of it. Wayne saying, getting rid of nose hairs is a bad idea. It's a filter. All needed is trimming, not total removal. I thought a big man would know that money does not equal common sense, as per usual. Yeah, he's disappointed in Gary Trent Sr. that he's waxing his his nose hairs right on out. Yeah, it's not a good. It can be tough because in some ways that poor passage that goes into your nose goes straight to your brain. And yeah, just think about it that way. Ugh, gross. All right, let's see. What else do we have to do? I think we're gonna have a quick stream today, guys. There isn't a whole lot of news. It's kind of slow, and it is a long weekend. So I don't know if I have anything else to do right now. Unless anybody else has a question or anything they want to say, I'll do a wrap up and we'll get out of here. Let's see. Sam Mitchell, once again, you are a Raptors coach of the year. You're a history part of our history, coaching the Raptors during the Bosch years. And up and down kind of thing with us. In some ways, there's a lot of things I love about you. I love your personality in some ways. And I love the way that you won the Atlantic Division when you did and got the coach of the year. But also at the same time, don't be a two-face. Don't be a Harvey Dent. And please remember that Raptors fans can hear you no matter where you're broadcasting from. If you're down in the States, don't assume that we're not seeing you on NBA TV, because we are. Trust me, we are seeing you. And that's why Raptors fans in the last couple of years have signed petitions and said, we don't want Sam Mitchell on the TSN broadcast anymore. We don't want it to be like this, Sam. We want it to be where we're cool with you. We don't mind you being the hard-ass ornery coach as long as it's good constructive criticism. And that's fine. But just putting down the team just for the hell of it, kicking it while it's down, no, that's a turnoff to most passionate, loyal Raptors fans. Just so you know, Sammy. That's right. That's right there. Yeah, Mike's here. Good to see. Logical Raptors fanatic checking back in. Reese versus Clark. WNBA is going wild at the moment. Yeah, it's really good. They've got some good momentum going into the postseason, and maybe more and more eyes and people turning on the TV to watch the WNBA action. Yeah, it's fantastic. And Mike, good to see you again back in the chat. Logical Raptors fanatic. Check him out on YouTube. His archive is very good. Hopefully, maybe he'll return to active making content at some point. We'll have to see. And also, Mike, you got to do To the Point with the King, Brian Hussein, and guest on that show soon. I know you got to come in there and do that. All right, guys, thanks for watching me today. Have a great Monday, long weekend Monday, off today, Labor Day. And tomorrow, I'm going to continue labor. I'm not taking today off. I have to write trivia today for tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. We'll be doing a trivia game. So hopefully you'll join me for Raptor Freak Tuesday trivia. And I'm not going to tell you what the trivia is on, obviously. So we're going to see what it is, and we'll see y'all tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. Thanks for watching me. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And join the channel if you feel like it. Membership does have privileges. You get to go bird watching with me. Trust me, that's fun if you're into it. Yeah, don't pluck all your nose hairs. How about that? Because tonight we're going to party like it's 1999. Ow! I was dreaming when I wrote this. Forgive me if it talked too fast.